And it's Halloween, so this is pretty fun. Olivia's a vampire, and Noah's going to be a character later when it's trick-or-treating time, and I'm a football fan, and we're having fun. So I hope you guys have fun tonight and, be safe and all that out there. So we're going to start with grammar this morning. We're on page 43. So go ahead and go to page 43 in grammar. And we're talking about prepositions today. Have you guys ever heard that word prepositions before? No? Yes? Okay. So you're going to hear a lot about these. It's a big part of our grammar in English. So a preposition, okay? So a preposition starts a phrase, that's a group of words, right? A phrase is a group of words that show the relationship between a noun or a pronoun and another word in the sentence. A prepositional phrase always begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun. The phrase may have adjectives in between, but never a verb. So you know how we've been talking a little bit about clauses too, like the who, which clause, and we're going to talk about that more today. But a clause is also a group of words, but clauses have verbs and phrases do not have verbs. So that is something I'm going to repeat a bunch of times for you because I want you to remember that. It will help you when you're looking for these in this book. So a clause has verbs, phrases do not have verbs. You guys know what a verb is. That's when we have like an action, right? When there's something happening with the subject of the sentence. Okay. The noun or pronoun that ends the prepositional phrase is called the object of the preposition. When the object of the preposition is a pronoun, it will be one of the objective case pronouns me, you, him, her, it, us, them. That's all you need to know is that they're called objective case pronouns. And you'll learn that again, but just tuck that away in your head. These are the pronouns that a prepositional phrase can end with. And the other thing it can end with is a noun. So these are the preposition or the pronouns though. Me, you, him, her, it, us, them. Okay, so here it says memorize it. The preposition plus noun, no verb. To find it, it says use the list below to find the prepositions in the sentence. Once you find a preposition, ask what? To identify the noun or pronoun that ends the prepositional phrase. And how you're going to mark it in this book is just underline it. So you're going to underline each prepositional phrase, start the line under the preposition, and end with the noun. Okay, before we look at the example, I want you to jump down to the bottom of the page here and see this list. It's called prepositions list. Every preposition in the entire English language is right here. So it's not that many. This is all of them. So these are the words that begin a prepositional phrase because these are called prepositions. So I want you to just look and I'm going to read the list to you and you follow along in your book as I read it. And you can read it with me. You can stay muted if you want to read it with me or just listen to me read it. It starts right here with aboard, like when you're going on aboard an airplane. Aboard means you're getting on the airplane. About, above, according to, across, after, against, along, amid, among, around, as, at, because of, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, besides, between, beyond, by, concerning, despite, down, during, except, for, from, in, inside, instead of, into, like, minus, near, of, off, on, onto, opposite, out, outside, over, past, regarding, since, through, throughout, to, toward, under, underneath, unlike, until, unto, up, upon, with, within, without. Phew, that's all of them. The most popular ones, I will say, are the little ones, the short words like as and at and by and in and of and with. Those are the ones you're going to see the most, okay? Now let's jump up here to the example sentence. It says, after breakfast, the soldier with the magical brass horn walked over the bridge. There are 3 prepositional phrases inside this sentence. And see the ones that are underlined. That's how you mark them, okay? Look for the word after. It's right here in the first column. It's in this list at the bottom. That tells me that's a preposition. And then remember, you draw your line until you see the noun or the pronoun, and breakfast is a noun. So after breakfast is the prepositional phrase. The next one starts with. See if you can find the word with in the list below. See if you can find with. Do you see it, Noah? Okay, good. See if you can find it. Olivia, do you see with? Now look under the W's, the last column, with. Got it? Okay, good. So we know that's a preposition. It's right here. With the magical brass horn, and horn is the noun. So that whole group of words is the prepositional phrase. And then the last one is over the bridge. Look for the word over. Do you see over down below on the list? It's in the O's. Yep, Noah sees it. Okay, good. Olivia sees it. Over, it's right here. Over the bridge, and bridge is a noun, so it stops there. All right, now we're going to practice that. Go ahead and turn to page 45. And Noah, I'm going to have you read it today, okay? Oops, you're muted. Okay.
At the end of the summer, they took their 3 gifts with them and visited the neighboring king.
Good. Nice reading. And neighboring is our vocabulary word. It's weird because I see the word neighbor in there. And then ing. So neighboring means the king lives near them. That's where your neighbors live near you, right? So the neighboring king is a king that lives near them. So put a check by vocabulary. And then we have 3 articles, a and the. Go ahead and find those by yourself. Mark those. A, and the. And Olivia, if you're there, go ahead and find the 4 nouns. Where are the nouns at? Looking for nouns.
Neighboring,
Neighboring.
king,
Actually, you know what? Neighboring, I should have looked at that first. Neighboring is not a noun. We'll come back to that, okay? But king is. You're right about that.
summer,
Summer, yes.
gifts,
Yes. The last one's a little tricky, but I'll give you a clue. You see how you have the right here? That means that a noun is coming. So it's the next word.
end,
End is actually a noun. See how you have the summer? and a neighboring king. So anytime you see an article, you know that a noun is coming. There might be an adjective in between. But by the way, neighboring is going to be an adjective because it's telling what kind of king. It's a neighboring king. Does that make sense? Okay. Pronouns, Noah. What are the pronouns?
What's a pronoun again? I keep forgetting. It's hard to
Yeah,
remember.
that's okay. Good question. It's when you have a word that takes the place of another noun, like he or she, or they or them. Those types of words are pronouns.
Okay, I see them.
Okay.
It's they
They
them.
and them. Good. They and them. So that means there's more than one person, right? When you say they or them, that means there's more than one. Okay, good. And now back to you, Olivia, with adjectives, words that describe the nouns. So, like, what kind of king is it?
Neighboring.
That one is an adjective. Good. And then look at gifts. How many gifts?
3.
Three. That's an adjective. So remember, it tells how many or what kind. And then sometimes the adjective tells whose, but I'm going to tell you the word there right here is not right. Did you notice that, Olivia? It's not spelled right because this is like they are. So the way it's written, it says took they are 3 gifts. That's not the right there. Do you know how we should spell it, Olivia? You're on mute.
T-H-E-I-R. Well,
Yes.
before the R, a apostrophe.
Yeah. There's no apostrophe in the way you spelled it. Their. And that's right. Because it's their gifts, it belongs to them. So guess what? That is also an adjective. So we're going to write ADJ on top of that too. Because it's telling whose gifts, it's their gift. Okay, so that's how you find the adjectives. You find out which one, how many, what kind, or whose. All right, now we're down to the prepositional phrases. And remember, that list is on the other page. But guess what? Here's a clue when you're doing your homework, okay? Do you guys notice that a lot of words have something on top of it that we wrote on there, but some words don't yet? Like the word at and of and took and with and visited, those don't have a label on them yet, right? So one of those is going to be a preposition. So you can look for the preposition on the other page there. So Noah, do you see one of the words from that list that doesn't have a label on it yet? You can flip back to the page before. Do you see one on there?
With.
Good. Yes. With is on there. That's a preposition. So remember, we underline the whole phrase. And remember, the rule says it stops on a noun or a pronoun. So do you see a noun or a pronoun after with?
Them?
Yeah, it's a pronoun. So underline with them like that. That is a prepositional phrase. With them. Remember, it starts on a preposition and it stops on a pronoun or a noun, okay? So this one's going to stop on them, which is a pronoun. So Olivia, do you see another word that doesn't have a label on it that is on that list?
At.
Yes, good. At, and we got to keep going. It stops on a noun. So where should we stop underlining?
End.
Yes, very good. You see that, Noah? At the end. That's another prepositional phrase because at is on the list and end is the first noun. So we're going to stop there. At the end with them. And there's one more, Noah. Do you see where it's at? There's one more phrase in here. Gotta look for that word. I'll give you another clue because took and visited are actions, so they're going to be verbs. So I know it's not going to be took or visited. So the ones you have left are of and. Those are the two that are left. Do you see of or and on that list?
Of.
Yes, very good. So of is the preposition, and then where do we stop the line? Remember, we stop at the first noun or pronoun.
They.
Well, that's the pronoun, but there's a noun before that.
Summer.
Yes. So I'm going to keep going until I see the first one, the first noun or pronoun, that's where I stop. So the phrases are at the end of the summer and with them. Those are the three prepositional phrases in this on this page. That's how you're going to do your homework, okay? So do all the other stuff first and then look at what's left and then try to find one of those words in that list. And then when you draw your line, you draw it until you get to a pronoun or a noun and then you stop, okay? All right, we need to make the capital A here at the beginning, so mark that. The end mark is a period, and the homophone is there. We already fixed it. Olivia helped us with that. So that one's done. Okay, before you put away your book, though, I want you to get out some Post-it notes. Do you guys know what those are? Those Post-it notes? I have mine here somewhere. Oh, yeah, like this. Do you guys have any of those with you in your bag of goodies there? I like that pencil box. That's cool. That's like your all your stuff that you need for class, huh? That's good. So you need one of these if you have one. Olivia, if you don't have one, you can do it later, okay? Good, Noah, I see that. So when you take it off, take off one sticky note, unpeel it. Yep, just like that. Just take off one piece. And then when you stick it on your page, I want you to put the sticky side facing down, okay, like that, Noah, so that it's sticking up here like this. And I want you to write the word prepositions on there. Prepositions. I'll write it down and you can copy it, okay? Right there. Prepositions. And it should be like this. So it's stuck on your page like that, and it's at the very top here. The part that's not sticky. Prepositions. And what I'm going to have you do is put it on the other page. I'll show you what page, and stick it up above the top of the page so that you can look back on it later when you're doing your homework. It'll help you a lot to know where that list is in your book. Did you get it? No, you're still writing it. Okay, that's okay. Prepositions. It's a big word. Did you already write it down, Olivia?
I don't have any sticky notes right now.
Wait, say that again.
I don't have any sticky notes right now.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, yeah, you can fix it later. Okay, good. Thank you, Noah. So what I want you to do is page 43, where that list is right here. On 43 that we already looked at. And then this is where you stick it right here, Noah. It's okay if it covers up some words on the page, but I want it so that it sticks up past the page here. This is page 43 where the list is. See that? So when you close your book, you can see that word prepositions. Okay, then you can come back to that page and find it. Did you do it? Good. Now you can put away your grammar books. Good job, you guys. And then get out your binders. And you guys wrote about the fox and the stork this week. That was kind of fun, huh? So get out everything from your front pocket for fox and the stork. Get my stuff out too here. Okay. Does anybody want to read your paragraph to the class? Or I can read your paragraph if you want me to read it. Okay, good, Olivia. I see that. I was hoping you would let me. You want me to read it or do you want to read it? It's up to you. Wait, say it again.
I want to read it.
You want to read it? Okay, good. Okay, we'll wait till everybody gets situated here. Go ahead and get out your stuff for the fox and the stork. Did you find it, Noah? Okay, good. So Olivia's gonna read it, and for some reason your microphone is kind of quiet, so make sure you lean forward a little bit towards your computer when you read it so we can hear you good. Okay, so whenever you're ready, we would love to hear it.
Fox invited Stork for some soup, and he served it in a shallow bowl. Fox easily ate, but Stork, with his long pointed bill, with his long pointed bill, he couldn't eat it and was left alone hungry. Later, Stork invited Fox for some mincemeat. With a small mouth, Fox couldn't eat. Stork easily ate from the jar, but Fox could only lick the rim. Fox walked away disappointed and hungry, considering what he deserved from his bad treatment of the stork.
Nice. Okay, Noah, let's give her a clap in the camera. Woohoo! That was good, Olivia. I really liked it. Very good. Nice job. Noah, do you want to read yours? Do you want me to read yours? Okay, that's okay. Maybe next time. One of these days, I'm going to ask you to read yours. You don't have to today, but maybe next time, okay? Good job. All right, so we're going to talk about the title for a minute because we kind of left it blank, right? This was what you guys started in class last week. And we left the title blank, but did you notice on your checklist, there's a title rule? Do you have a question, Olivia?
I already added a title.
Oh, good. What's your title?
Fox learned his lesson from the stork.
I love it. That's a great title. How about you, Noah? Did you put a title on yours? What's your title?
The fox and the bad treatment.
The Fox and the Bad Treatment. That's a perfect title. Can you just read one sentence for me, Noah? Read your very last sentence, the very, very, very last sentence of your story. Just the last sentence. You don't have to read the whole thing, just one sentence, the very last one that talks about the treatment, the bad treatment. Got it? Okay, tell us what your last sentence says.
He realized he got what he deserved for the bad treatment of the stork.
Nice. Very good. And guess what? Your title works. I love it because on your checklist, everybody look at your checklist really quick. This is page 37. Should be in your stack of stuff from the front pocket there. Look at the third box down right here. See where it says title, centered, and repeats 1 to 3 key words from final sentence. And both of you guys did that. You used at least one word, like fox, in your title, and some of you used bad or treatment. So that's correct. You used 1 to 3 keywords from your final sentence in your title. So good job. The other thing I wanted to point out on your checklist is right here. Did you guys see under dress ups? What does that say right there, Olivia? Under dress ups.
ly adverb.
Yes, and ly adverb. These are words that end in ly. And I remember last week when you guys were writing, we decided the word easily. Easily was a good ly adverb. Did you guys underline that in your paragraph? Good, I see that thumbs up. Right here, easily, good, yes. So you did that right. So we're going to be doing that again for this week when we work on the next assignment here. Okay, so we're done with fox and stork. So you can put all of this in your finished folder or finished binder because we're done with the fox and the stork. So like your keyword outline and everything, go ahead and put all that away in your finished folder. And then we're going to get out the next week in your binders. So put all that away. And then you're going to get in your binder, that first tab, this one right here at the very beginning, it says source text. Turn that tab over and you should see week 5 camels. You guys see week 5 camels here? Good. Go ahead and take out those pages. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. Okay. Once you see week 6, King Midas, don't take that one out. Okay. Leave that one in there. You're just going to take out all of week 5. Once you take it out, make sure, yep, that's it. Make sure you close up your rings after you take it out. Week 5 is page 39 and 41 and 43 and 45. Okay. And then you need one piece of lined paper. So get one of those out. And then you can give me a thumbs up when you got all that stuff ready. I see that, Noah. Good. Oh, you need a pen or a pencil. It doesn't matter right now because you're just going to take some notes. So you can use whatever you like, pen or pencil. I see that. Good.
I'm gonna go get some lined paper.
Okay. Okay. While she's doing that, the first page we're going to talk about is this one. It's page 43. So find that page. Put it on top of your stuff there. Page 43. Good. Yes. You remember how earlier we were talking about clauses and phrases, and we were talking about how, did you find some, Olivia? Okay, good. We're starting here on this page, page 43. And we're actually going to talk about the who, which clause. I kind of mentioned it earlier in grammar because we talked about the difference between phrases and clauses, right? You talked about prepositional phrases today in grammar. Those do not have a verb, but clauses do have verbs in them. And there are groups of words. And these clauses start with who or which. And by the way, we use who when we're talking about a person or a character, right? We use which when we're talking about a thing or a place, because that's not going to be a boy or a girl, right? A thing or a place. That's different. So we use which. But when we're talking about a person, we use who. So it says right here on this practice page, this is 43. Do you have it, Olivia? Okay, good. it says number one, Annabelle made a cake. It pleased her siblings. It says, I forgot to read the instructions, but it says combine these statements using the word who or which. So we can put these two sentences into one and use either who or which. And this is how we do it. So I see Annabelle, that's a person. And I remember, oh yeah, I use who with a person. So I could say, Annabelle, who made a cake, pleased her siblings. I took out the word it, right? I didn't need it. So Annabelle, who made a cake, pleased her siblings. That's one way to do it. If I want to use which, I got to put that next to something that's a thing like cake, right? Because a cake is a thing. So I could say, Annabelle made a cake which pleased her siblings. See how that worked? I took out it. Annabelle made a cake which pleased her siblings. So either one of those sentences work. So I want you to write one of those sentences down. I'm going to write down Annabelle. And then I'm going to put who made a cake. I'm going to put a comma there, by the way. Pleased her siblings. And by the way, Noah, just write as much as you can, but you might need to just take a picture of this at the end of it, and then you can finish it later. So just write as much as you can right now. Don't worry about finishing it. But notice I have that word who, and I'm just going to have you underline who, okay? Just who. And I put commas around that. That's a comma rule that we have in English. Whenever you have who or which in the middle of your sentence, you got to put commas around the who clause or the which clause. That's what we call it, who or which clause. Oops, okay, there we go. So that's how we can combine sentences together. You guys keep writing and I'm going to talk. This adds style to your writing. And you're going to notice on the new checklist for this week, that's now on there as a dress up. So you still have your ly adverb you're going to use. And now we're going to add this, a who, which clause to your writing. The reason is because it really dresses up your writing. You probably don't naturally use who or which in your writing, but this will help your writing sound way better. Okay, it'll sound great. All right, look at number 2. I'm going to have Olivia think about this one. Number 2 says, Joe ate too much pizza. He got sick. How can we combine those two sentences using who or which? Remember, if you want to use who, you would use it next to Joe's name, right? Because that's a person. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can use who or which. If you use which, it's going to need to go after pizza. And you might have to change a couple words too. That's okay. What do you think, Olivia? How can we combine those?
Joe ate too much pizza. He got sick.
Good. I like that you took out he because you don't need that anymore, right? Joe, who ate too much pizza, got sick. That's perfect. What if you use which? Can you put which after pizza and see if you can make that work? You might have to change a couple words there. Like Joe ate too much pizza, which
Joe ate too much pizza, which He got sick.
Yeah, kind of. I'm thinking of putting made in there, made him, right? Joe ate too much pizza, which made him,
Sick.
yes. So you can change words like that. Instead of he got, you could say which made him sick. So either way works. I'm going to go with the first one that you said because I kind of like that one. Whoops.
Me
Either
too.
one works though. Joe, comma, who ate too much pizza, comma, got sick. Sometimes that happens. Pizza's so good. It's hard to stop sometimes, but your tummy will tell you when when to stop. Sometimes it tastes so good you just want to keep eating, but there's a point where your stomach says, nope, no more. I'm full. We're going to do one more, but we're going to just talk about this one. Oh, yeah. By the way, underline who again here. We're just going to talk about the next one. I'll give you a minute to write it down because there's other stuff I want to make sure to get done today. Okay, good. So Noah, I know you're writing. I need you to just pause for a second, okay? And I want you to look at number 3. And it says, my mother is a piano teacher. She cares greatly for her students. How can you combine those two sentences using who or which? What do you think? Remember, we use who when we're talking about a person and which for a thing. Okay, go for it.
My mother, who is a piano teacher, she cares greatly for her students.
Yes, that's good. I don't think you need she though, because we already know you're talking about the mother. So try that again. Perfect. That was good. Take out she next time. So try that one more time.
Hmm.
So starting from the front here, like you did the first part perfectly. It was my mother.
Who is a piano teacher.
Skip to cares now. Cares.
For her students.
There you go. So it would be my mother is sorry, let me start that over. My mother, who is a piano teacher, cares greatly for her students. So we can take out that word she. We don't need it anymore when we combine those two. So that was good, Noah. Good job. That's right. Okay, I want to skip down to the bottom here. See where it says indicate if the following are complete or incomplete sentences. C is for complete, I is for incomplete. Number 1 says, I have a special pen which I use for writing poetry. That sounds good. By the way, I want you guys to put a V for verb on top of have and use. Put a V for verb. Those are verbs in the sentence. When you're adding a who or a which clause, it's really important for you to know where the verbs are because there should be at least 2 verbs in the sentence if you have who or which. Okay. So this is a complete sentence. We're going to put a C there. It's good. It's a good sentence. It's complete. Look at number 2. My father, who loves hiking and hunting. So this one doesn't work because it's missing another verb. I want you to put V on top of loves. That's the verb. But we need a second verb if you're going to have a who clause there. And there's no second verb. So it really should have more here. It's missing something. It should say something like, my father, who loves hiking and hunting, went on a hunting trip with his friends. Or my father, who loves hiking and hunting, bought a new backpack for his trip, right? It needs something more. It's leaving us hanging there. It needs another verb. So this is I, incomplete. That means it's not complete. And then number 3, I met a man who said he could eat a horse. Have you guys heard that saying before? It's not literal, like he's not really going to eat a horse because we don't eat horses, right? So he's just saying he's that hungry that he feels like he could eat a horse. He's not going to. But anyway, the verb is met. And then we have said, could, and eat. Those are all verbs. There's lots of verbs in here. Do you think this is a complete sentence or incomplete? If you think it's complete, give me a thumbs up. If it's incomplete, give me a thumbs down. I see that, Olivia. Okay, good. Yes, you are right. It is complete because we have extra verbs in there. That's what we got to make sure of. We cannot have just one verb when we have a who clause. It has to have at least 2 or more. That's fine. But this one is incomplete in the middle. Okay, now what I want you to do is look at this page, 41, camels. Check it out. It's a long story. This is the longest one we've had yet. It's 2 paragraphs. Did you guys see that? So we're going to learn about camels. This is an article that has facts about camels. But since it's 2 paragraphs, we're going to set up our keyword outline a little differently for this. But first, I'm going to read to you just the first paragraph. We're going to do the second paragraph next week, okay? Let's just look at the first paragraph here. You follow along on your page while I read it. There are 3 types of camels. The most common is the one-hump Arabian camel, also called the dromedary. The dromedary has been domesticated for thousands of years. I'm going to stop there for a second because that word domesticated means tame, not wild. So they can ride this camel, they can put a halter on its head and walk it around. It's tame, it's calm, it's nice. Okay, that's what domesticated means. Okay, I'm going to keep going. It is found in northern Africa, throughout the Middle East, and in parts of Australia. A second species is the Bactrian camel. It has 2 humps on its back. Also domesticated, it is found mainly in the rocky deserts of Central and East Asia. The third species is the wild Bactrian camel. It lives in remote regions of the Gobi Desert. Only about 1,000 wild Bactrian camels remain, and they are considered critically endangered. Okay, we're just looking at the first paragraph today, but does anyone know what it means, critically endangered? Do you know what that means? Noah, do you know what that means? Can you explain it? What is critically endangered?
I think I know what it means.
Okay. What do you think?
It's like when their species is critically endangered.
Yeah, but what does that mean? I mean, you're saying the same thing, but if it's critically endangered, it means that maybe there's not very many left. They've died, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's almost extinct. Have you guys heard that word extinct before?
The dinosaurs are extinct.
Yes, good, Noah. Yes, dinosaurs are extinct. That's right. We don't have them anymore. They're gone. So that they're saying this one's critically endangered means it's almost extinct. Okay, so there's still some left, but not very many. Eventually, over the years, they'll become extinct like the dinosaurs. And it's only this specific species of camels, not all camels, but just this wild Bactrian. So wild is the opposite of domesticated, meaning you can't control these camels. They're wild. They run, maybe they bite. I don't know. They're just not useful for humans. Okay.
One day we might be extinct.
Yeah. Yeah, because before the dinosaurs became extinct, they were called endangered. And then they became critically endangered, and then they went extinct, and now they're gone. So, yeah, that's good. I'm glad you knew that about dinosaurs. Let's get out your lined paper next, okay? We're going to set this up here for your homework. Okay, good. You know what to do first. Put your name right here, your first and last name. Today's date is October 31st. I know what that day is. Okay, then you're going to skip a line and write camels and KWO. While you're finishing that part, since this article has 2 paragraphs, we need to identify the 2 paragraphs in our outline now. So we're going to use Roman numerals. Have you guys ever heard of Roman numerals before? No? Maybe in math, sometimes they talk about Roman numerals. It's an ancient Roman form of writing numbers, and we use it really only for outlines. This is a classic way to write an outline whenever you're doing a research paper. So you guys are learning this really young. I didn't even know it until high school. So you guys are learning it early, which is good. The only other time I've really seen Roman numerals, actually, there's 2 times. Sometimes on a clock, like an old clock will have Roman numerals. And for the Super Bowl, I don't know why, but they keep track of what year the Super Bowl is, how many times we've had Super Bowls, like since the beginning. And they use Roman numerals to tell how many Super Bowls we've had. Those are the times I've seen them. So I'm going to show you how to do a Roman numeral 1. You're going to skip a line under KWO. And next to that red line, I want you to put a capital I. That is also a Roman numeral 1. Looks like a capital I, okay, with a dot. So go ahead and write that down. That stands for Roman numeral 1. That's going to stand for your first paragraph, okay? Under this, we are now going to start writing our regular numbers, and there's 9 total. So what you're going to do is move over a little bit, almost like an indent, okay? About right here. See that space? So under that I, I'm going to have you leave a space and put a 1, and now you're going to number all the way to 9, okay? Try to make it nice and straight as you can. Try to make it neat. The more organized you are, the easier it is to follow it, okay? It's really important to try to keep your stuff really neat and tidy. So we have your Roman numeral 1, and then you've got 1 through 9. The first paragraph actually has 10 sentences. So we're going to count that first one next to the Roman numeral. That's 1 sentence. And then plus 9 more makes 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. You guys know that. So there's 10 sentences all together. Okay, I see that. Good. Looking back at that first paragraph, don't worry, Noah, if you need to write it down later, that's okay. Okay, we'll let your mom take a picture before you go. Look at the first sentence. This is going to go next to Roman numeral 1. By the way, the rules are still the same. You can only write down 3 words. but you can use pictures and abbreviations and numbers. Those things are free. So it says, there are 3 types of camels. Easy peasy cheesy. Noah, what 3 keywords can we use from that sentence? What are the 3 keywords? There are 3 types of camels.
There.
I don't think we need there. That's not a keyword. What else?
Camels.
Yes, camels is. What else?
Types.
Yes, good. What else?
3.
Yes, that one's nice and easy because there's 3. Circle 3 types camels. And then I want you to write that next to Roman numeral 1. 3, comma, types, comma, camels. All right, and then Olivia is going to do the next one. It says the most common is the one-hump Arabian camel, also called the dromedary. So what are some keywords in that sentence, Olivia? It's the second sentence here.
Common,
Yes, common is one. What else?
hump,
I think one hump, that's together. So we'll do one hump. Yep. Probably Arabian, right? That's important. That's like where in the world you can find those Arabian.
dromedary,
And dromedary, yes. And we're going to skip camel because we already know we're writing about camels, so we don't need that anymore. So now we can only pick 3. By the way, one hump would be considered one word because it's hyphenated or it has a dash. So what if we chose one hump, Arabian, and dromedary? We'll skip common. But we can put one hump, Arabian, and dromedary. I'm going to put it right here. One dash hump, comma, Arabian, comma, dromedary. Okay. So your homework is going to be a little extra this time. Sometimes we have a little extra, sometimes we have less. That's okay. But this week, I want you to do the rest of this paragraph by yourself. By the way, at the end of that paragraph, you see where it says critically endangered. I want you to just draw a line between the 2 paragraphs, like right on top of where it says humans. Just separate those 2 paragraphs because you're only going to focus on the first paragraph. Forget about the second paragraph. We'll do that next week. Okay? But you're going to look at the first paragraph and then every sentence in the paragraph, I want you to put your 3 keywords. You can use numbers and pictures if you need to. It's okay. But only 3 words. Okay, no more than 3 words on each one of these. You guys know how to do this now. We've been practicing it for a while. So I want you to finish this and write 1 paragraph. Okay, using this. And you see right here at Roman numeral 1, that's going to be the first sentence of your paragraph right here at Roman numeral 1. That's your first sentence. You'll say something like, there are 3 types of camels. Period. That's a good sentence. And then go on to the next sentence. One of them is the one-hump Arabian dromedary or something like that, okay? So finish this first, though, your keyword outline. Remember, finding all those keywords in here. Putting it on your outline, and then write one paragraph. Your checklist has something new. So look at that before you go right here on page 45. It has something new. Don't worry about the title yet, by the way, because we're going to do the title next week. Because remember, we have to wait till we're done for that. So you're going to leave a space for your title. But notice under dress ups right here, it has ly adverb and who, which clause. You guys see that? There's two things now. So I want you to find a spot for an ly adverb and who or which. And then you're just going to underline who or which, not the whole clause, but just underline the words who or which. Okay, all of this stuff for the camels goes in your front pocket. Stick it in your front pocket till you're ready to do your homework. Does anybody have any questions about the homework this week? Noah, did you have any questions for the homework? You know what to do? Do you want to take a picture of what we did so far on that keyword outline?
Yeah.
Okay, let me put that back up here. So I don't know if you got a chance to write that down yet. There you go.
Get my mom.
Okay. And then Olivia, have fun tonight. Happy Halloween. I'll see you next week. Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye, Camila. You look so pretty, both of you. Have fun tonight. Bye. I'm going to stay on with Noah for a second here, so you can go, Olivia. I wasn't sure how far he got on this, so I want to make sure he had it.
Really.
Which one are you on, Noah? Or did you get all that down?
Did you? I think you did it wrong.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you were supposed to put that up there, huh?
Oh.
That's all right. You can just fix it.
I noticed that it's tricky for him to like listen and then look and write. It's like multitasking is
Yeah.
a little tricky, but
Picture of the things that you need to circle.
oh, you want me to show you that too?
I didn't get us too busy writing.
Okay, that's okay, sweetie. And it's gonna get easier, I promise, because we'll do this a lot in class, so you'll get better and better at it. Okay, let me show you let me make sure this is on the right spot here. Oops, here, let me straighten it out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so we were just doing the same stuff we've been doing, is looking for those keywords and then circling 3 of them. So I'm going to see how he does by himself this week with that. We're only doing that first paragraph. We're not even looking at this one yet. So it's just going to be that top paragraph.
Sounds good.
All righty. Have fun tonight, Noah. Have fun at trick-or-treating. See you next week.
Bye.